Peace. Grand Rising Kings and Queens. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I just wanted to get on here. I know it's early. I know that people's probably at work. I know things is happening, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. I have to drop two, and I'm bringing some evidence. Okay. First I like to say shout out to those two people. I'm gonna get the names of the two people that sent donations yesterday. I'm going to say your name during the broadcast because I'm going to get your name, getting the name sent to me now. And I just want to say peace. And every comment that you make, I'll be, no matter what it is, I'll be broadcasting your comments because that's how we have to do it. We have to support and donate this information because this information is vital to keeping hip hop alive and truthful. That's one of the things that I'm going to go into today about the fake pioneers and the fake creators and the fake people that were supposed to be there. Okay, I'm gonna show and I'm gonna ask questions to these people that claim that they were there and start off by saying stuff like 1977, 1978, 1979. Hip hop been going on in those years. Been and most of us, most of the creators at that time and age 77, 78, 79 left it alone. Like that was way beyond us. So like, share, subscribe. There's some button that you're supposed to push. I don't know what it is because you guys know I'm new to this, all of this, and donate. Okay, that's the goal. That's the goal to keep things going. All right. So like, share, subscribe, and donate. All right. So I know. Okay. First, got to give shout outs. Definitely got to give a shout out to Riri. Listen, for those that don't know, Riri keeps it together for me. She's this. I love her to death. She does all the moderating for me. She handles things for me, and this she's just wonderful. Um, then I got to give out shout outs to First Class Citizen. I think First Class Citizen was one of the ones that sent the donation. I'm going to find out. I hope you, yes. See, Thank you, Riri. Yes, first class citizen. On the money, on the money. So now what we're gonna do today is we're gonna explode it just expose a lot of these fake fake pioneers, these fake people that said that they were there and they were not there. You're going to have to prove to DJ Faze that you were there. That's number one. You're going to have to prove. And just like I always say, ask these people, the ones that say that they were a part of creation, ask them, the first thing you ask them is this: what year are you talking about? What year? Because hip hop, the creation, was in 1970 and 1971. Let's get it clear. Let's get it straight. Let's get this clear. Okay? It wasn't 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, or nowhere in the 80s did hip hop start, was created. So that's the first question that you would ask some of these people that said that they were right there, that they were a part of the hip hop. And they know this, they know that. I sit back and I watch. And I watch these people that say they know this person, they know that person, they know this. Anybody could hear about something, but what are your facts to say that you did something? What were, because I said it before, when hip hop was created, I know they have a problem with me saying created, but when hip hop was created, there were three things. Three things. You could call them elements, you could call them whatever you want to call them, but there were three things that created hip hop as we know it. Okay. So, one of those things, my favorite thing, was the music, the DJ. That's one of the most important thing to me, DJ Faze. All right. So, MCing, because in the creation, it was not MCing. It was not master of ceremony. It was not none of that. It was no rhymes. There was no nothing. The dozens, like I tell people, the dozens were rhymes. They were rhyming insults, rhyming, not snaps, rhyming. So in the creation of hip hop, it was snaps. The insults were snaps. They were not rhyming. Okay, so look it up. Go research what the dozens are, and go listen to some of the things that were called the dozens. Okay, look that up, and then listen to what they were saying and how they were saying it. Okay, so snaps were straight insults, straight, no rhyming or nothing. Your mom's bought their whole living room set from Pathmark, ShopRite. Straight facts. All right? Straight facts. You took wet food stamps to the grocery store and they rejected them and it broke apart. Straight facts. Your teeth so yellow, your tonsils need sunglasses. Straight snaps. Bam! Snaps. And that's what was on the mic. It wasn't master of ceremony. No, no. It wasn't rhyming. No. We're talking about the creation, 1970 and 1971. So that's the difference. You ask these people, these pioneers, these fake creators, ask them, is that what happened? The dancing that created hip hop, burning was already out. Burning, the bump, the all of those other, the not the bump, but the other dance, Funky Chicken and Funky Penguin, those dances were out. To burn somebody, you could do burn somebody doing the Funky Chicken. So in the creation of hip hop, break dancing was the creation. Break dancing. Burning was before breakdancing. And you could burn, like I said, doing the Funky Chicken. So that's the difference. Now, what is breakdancing? Again, I'll tell you what breakdancing is. Breakdancing isn't listening to the whole record. Breakdancing isn't listening to xylophones and organs and violins and trumpets and pianos and bass guitar and everything together. No, that's not the break. So you can't have the break dancing without the break. That's the creation of hip hop. So in 1970 and 71, that's when it was happening. So in 77 and 78 and 79, it was no longer breakdancing. It wasn't. It wasn't. You could just do it anything. You could actually break dance in 77 and 78 to no music. Now, how does that work? How does that work? You break dancing to no music. Or no music, no music, and you break dancing. Simple. Break dancing was the dance that you did during the break. Now, before that, you could have been doing anything. You could have been just wobbling, doing anything. You could just be sitting there, standing there. But when that break came on, you bet your bottom dollar you going down, you coming back up, you putting your hand in somebody's face, you just that's break dancing to the break. And that was not 77, not 76, not 78, not 79. It's not wasn't happening. So all of those people, these creators, these fake pioneers that say, "Oh, it started this way and it started that way," they're a bunch of liars. They were not there. So, music, talking, snapping on the mic, dancing. But put this all together and it came with an outfit. Ah. So now ask these fake pioneers because I'll go in and I'll ask each part of the clothes that I'm talking about now. You can't say you had them without knowing what's inside of them, what box it came in, where did you get it from? Simple. What's this? What it say on the inside? Simple. So let's start off with marshmallows. What color marshmallows did you have? When did marshmallows come out? What was inside of marshmallows? What did it say? What was the actual name of the shoe? Ask those pioneers. Ask them. Publicly ask them. Publicly ask them what is rips. What were rips? How many styles of rips were there? What did rips say inside of rips? What was the box like? What are rips? Okay. So now we got marshmallows, we got rips. Okay. British Walkers. Where did you get them from in 1970, 71? What did they look like? How many styles did they come in? How many styles did they come in? How much did they cost? What did the box look like? Go ask those pioneers these questions. And if you don't get that answer, you didn't have them. You weren't there. You don't know where to get them. And I'm dying to ask the people that say they were right there. They were right there when it was all happening. Everything was right. Us. It was us together. I want you to ask them people. I want you to ask them that. What were the first AJs? What did the first AJs look like? What did they have that was unique to make them AJs? What kind of AJs came after the first kind of AJs? What did they look like? What was unique about them? See, all of this stuff, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you there and I'm going to tell. But I'm not saying it in this one because I want you guys to go and ask, write it down and go ask these first pioneers, these creators of hip hop, because this is hip hop. What did AJs have in the back and what did AJs have in the front? What were overlaps first? What were the colors in the overlaps first before Jew Man got a hold to them? Before hosiery got a hold to them? What were overlaps? What did your quarter fill have inside? What kind of lining did it have? Where was the emblem for, and where did it say quarter fill at? Where? You had one. You're a creator. You're the pioneer that started up hip hop. But you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to do something for you guys that I haven't did and I haven't shown in a long time. A long time. I'm gonna ask. And I'm gonna ask these questions. All right? Because a lot of people don't know, have a clue for the creation of hip hop in 1970 and 71, not 77, 70 and 71. So now let's go to the top of the deck. Let's go to what were you wearing? What was some of the colognes that, because we're talking about colognes, we're not talking about perfumes. Perfume is for women. The creators were male. Sorry, women. I'm sorry. Y'all did. Y'all were there. Yeah, at least I could say the women were actually there because they were with us. And that's who we were showing off to them. Okay. But if anybody is the creator and they can't tell you what was the cologne, because you had your Pierre Cardin cologne. Yeah. Remember Pierre Cardin cologne? Remember it? Yeah. Remember the opium cologne? Yeah. Yeah. Cologne. Not oils, cologne. Yeah. Yeah. Who sold hip hop cologne and what was it? Ask these pioneers that don't talk about it. They don't. They do not talk about this hip hop cologne. But I'm going to tell you about it. And look at back 10 years ago, 11 years ago, when I first talked about it. The hip hop cologne from 70 and 71 was champagne. Champagne cologne. Champagne. Now, if after I talk about it and they say, yeah, they had it and they whatever, what did the bottle look like? The original bottle. How big was it? If you say it was this big, you wasn't there. If you say it was this big, you were not there. Champagne cologne. All right. Champagne cologne. Tell them pioneers, pull this bottle out. Pull this bottle out. Pull this bottle out. Hip hop creators, pull this out. Know where this bottle came from? A.J. Lester's. All of these pioneers and ever, where was this champagne and A.J. Lester? Now you go to the real G's, the real Harlem Renaissance G's, and they'll tell you exactly where the champagne cologne was. All you creators, all you pioneers. I'm going to tell you, when you walk to N.A.J. Lester on 125th Street, when you walk into the door, there was a little spot here. You walk up a little bit further, you look to your left, you look at the shelf. They had a bottle of champagne cologne this big. This big. They had the champagne cologne. And this was on each side of it. Top shelf. Next shelf down, you had the green Polo bottle. Big. With the two smaller ones on the side. You came down to the next, the first shelf, the last shelf down. They had a big bottle of Pierre Cardin cologne. And on the side of it, they had a PR Cardin cologne, and on the other side, they had PR Cardin cologne. Now that's 100% real. Now, Mario had some champagne cologne. Rest in peace. Blackjack had PR Cardin cologne, had champagne cologne and PR Cardin. Black Willie, rest in peace, had it. Blood had it. Paris, Reggie Malcolm had it. And us, little rascals, had it. So these pioneers tell them to bring out their bottle of champagne cologne. Tell them to ask them where was that bottle of champagne cologne? Because they created hip hop. And that was a part of the gear that we wore for these jams. Okay? Now, back to the jam. All right? I mentioned shortly, but I mentioned it on 10 years ago. All right? When we had these jams, when Mario came out into the park, right? Where did he get the power from? Everybody talks about the light pole. Everybody talks about the light pole. But what's in the light pole to make this you get power? Does anybody know? It's called a test plug. It's a test plug. So if you're a DJ and you heard about they used to put them to the go to the lamppost and set up the equipment. If you're a DJ, you're gonna say there's a test plug in there. Where did this test plug come from? What was it there for? Why? Because in the sewer or anything around to go down underground, they had to have a light. They had to have a machine. See, back then, they didn't really have battery operated drills and things. Their drills worked on electricity. And you had to plug it in. And if you're outside, there's nowhere to plug it in. So Con Edison would plug it in to the test plug. But these pioneers, all of these pioneers that said that they did it first, they were there, they knew what was happening. Ask them how it was. How did Mario get in to even see the test plug? Ah, ah, secret that was never shared until now. So now the pioneers will look at this video, and because so many people look at these videos and say, "Oh, I don't know who FaZe is. I didn't see the video. I don't know." The box, the telephone pole that came in, how we got into the actual thing, where the test plug was, because it was a metal plate that you had to open up. That Con Edison had the key. What did we do? Ah, Do you remember the metal skate keys? Do you remember the adjustable skates that had the key that you turn? The metal steel skates that sparks would come off of them when you're riding your skates down the road? Do you remember them? Do you remember that they had a key? That key opened the metal box to get the test plug. Ding dong, ding dong. So the pioneers, first thing they should tell you, it says, "Yo, how you get the power from the light pole? How you get it? How you get the power from the lamp pole? Skate key, skate key." Just like listen. I'm not gonna say we were the creators because I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say this, but a lot of us were Skelsy champs. Do you know why we were Skelsy champs? Because all the chairs in the schools had a metal case on the bottom. You take that out and you get you a candle and you put a penny in there and you melt the candle wax or in this metal top and you knocking everybody out the box. You knocking everybody out the box with the candle wax in your Skelsy top, pioneers and creators of hip hop. And so that's why we were champions of Skelsy. But like I said, you had to be there to know that. You had to be there to know that. So the jam had preparations. It wasn't just we could come outside and just put stuff there. No. Back in those days, you weren't going to see an exposed telephone pole. Wasn't happening. Now, say you did have the skate key and you did know how to open it, right? Now, a lot of times you open it and there is no test plug there. None, because they were not doing any work around there. Or they didn't leave the test plug in there. So what you gonna do? You wasn't buying no generator back in 70 and 71. No, you wasn't. But yet and still, they were right there. They were right there. The microphones that we were snapping on. What were they shaped like? What were some of the names of them? What did they plug into? How were they able to talk? These DJs, these creators should be able to tell you back then, some receivers, the Akai receiver had a mic plug. Yes. Some will tell you that it was the same plug that the headphones came in. See, the difference is the difference is that today people don't have the equipment that was needed to have a jam back in those days. By 77, 78, it was totally different. Integration came in. Know what an integrated amplifier is? No. But this is the difference. This is what made the jam. Okay, so now these break dancers, right? These break dancers, if hip hop started in 70, 71, how old were you in 77, 78, and 79? How old were you if you were in the creation? If you were in the creation, how old were you? So you mean to tell me you were that age in 77, 78, and 79, and you breakdancing and getting your clothes dirty? Yeah? Really? You had on some champagne cologne and a mock neck and some AJs and some British walkers, and you scraping them, you getting on the floor and you breakdancing? Really? Really, pioneers and creators? That's what you're doing? And that makes sense to you? 50-50? 50-50? That makes sense to you? And so now, this is the catch. Yeah, look on the internet. FaZe was too young. FaZe didn't have this. FaZe didn't do this. How am I telling you about it? How come you're not telling us about it? How come you're not saying these things? China Black says facts. She knows. She knows. She knows. And a lot of us know. A lot of us know what these jams were. And we know the difference between a hip hop jam and a block party. We know. And like I said 10 years ago, these 50-50 people, you know what? If they were in the park, you know what they were doing? Boom, 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 bat, do, 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 bat, do, 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 bat, do, 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 bat. That's what they was doing. They wasn't messing with the boom, cat, cat, kaboom, bap, kaboom, boom, bap, bap, boom, bap. He wasn't messing with that. No. I want to mop the floor. They would do but 1, 2, 3, 4 hit. He wasn't rocking that. Boom, 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 bop, boom, 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 bop, doom, doom, doo, 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 bop. Sliding around. No rubber. Church shoes, patent leather shoes, they ain't have no rubber on them. So it would slide into the left, slide into the right. Yes, I'm gonna snap. You shouldn't have brought me there. You shouldn't have brought me there. You shouldn't have said, yo, FaZe, you wasn't there. How did I know the 50-50 people was sliding around with the patent leather shoes on? How did I know that? And so now you're gonna tell me in 1970 and in 1971 that 50-50 people and Jamaicans, right, didn't have patent leather shoes to come outside with. Okay. Where did they get these rubber shoes from? Where did they get the Playboys from? Where? 7071, Jew-Man, Fordham Road, hosiery wasn't rocking like that. No, sirree, Bob. You wasn't going to Alexander's and getting no mock neck. It have an A in it. When Alexander's came out, the A wasn't for AJ Lester. The A was for Alexander's, Fordham Road or Third Avenue. All right, that's those mock necks with the big A, the big A. Okay, simple. So now they mad at me because I'm exposing and saying that, and I'm gonna keep it real. They told me to don't say it or whatever, but how come these people that are saying 50-50 are bringing up 1977 and 78 and 79, but they were 50-50 with us, with the creators? That's why I don't understand. So, all right, so you 50-50, right? All right, and your culture brought it, right? The people that say that they brought their culture, right? What part of their culture did they bring? What part of the culture did they bring? Did they bring the dressing? Did they bring the music? Did they bring the snapping on the microphone? Did they bring their style of dance? Did they what is this? What did they were there? What is the 50-50 part? That's all I just want to know. Just answer that one question and I won't say nothing. I'm not like the Columbus guy that makes a deal, a bet, and reneges. You remember that? Remember that? Remember when he said if I could produce these pictures of me DJing at this spot at this anniversary, if he saw me, he said that he wasn't going to say nothing anymore. Remember that? Remember? So I'm asking because I know for a fact that we didn't use any Spanish music. We didn't use any Jamaican music, no African music, no Chinese music, no Hungarian music, no German music. We didn't use none of that for the creation of hip hop. So that part of the 50 is not happening. What were some of the snaps that you would be saying on the microphone? Were you talking about somebody's high waters? Or the mere fact that you got on purple, orange, green, lavender, black, blue, red, yellow? Is that what you were saying to us? Because that's what we were saying about you. Get mad. Get mad, baby. I don't care. That's what we were saying. We all know as a kid, that who we used to say, the flood is over, the land is dry. Why you wear your pants so high? We know who we used to say that to. We know who we said, yo, you turn off the lights in their house and you could watch the furniture go by. You could see it moving. What was moving the a cucaracha? No playing me coming not. That's what we would say. We know that. You listen, all of those people that know what I'm saying right now is true, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up in the comments because you know that's where you think El Cucaracha, El Cucaracha. We don't know Spanish. Where did that come from? And those were our snaps. So what was y'all snaps? Got talking on the mic. All right. We know for a fact that we wasn't dancing like that. We know we wasn't. We was not dancing like that. So where on earth did we get the 50-50 dance from? Y'all wasn't breakdancing in 70 and 71? How could you get a grip on the ground and you got on patent leather shoes, Sunday school shoes with the plastic on the bottom, and you sliding this way? What was you doing? The moonwalk? In 70, 71, you was moonwalking? That's what you was doing? Because you wasn't breakdancing. So where's the 50-50 part again? Tell me where the 50-50 part is. I'm just, listen, if you got this answer, don't be scared to say it. Don't be scared to say it. And so now this is what they're mad at me about. Because I explained how we did things. If you can explain how it was done, then you might be 50-50. But I've never heard nobody explain how it was done. So where does the 50-50 come in again? Tell me, please tell me. Please tell me. So, listen. I'm not even gonna read the comments now, but that must have hit a note when I brought up la cucaracha, la cucaracha. Those were our snaps. Those were our snaps. Please, 50-50, tell me what your snaps was. Tell us so we'll know. Tell us what a DC was. Tell us what a terry cloth was. Tell us what was inside of a quarter fill. Tell us what the first bombers were. And this is going to jack y'all guys up. This is going to jack y'all up because I hear it. I hear this and it kills me, and I let it slide. I let it slide. I let it slide. But some of us claim to be the first ones with Timberlands, okay, in 77 and 78 and 79. Do you know that in 1970, 69, and 68, we had Timberlands? But do you know what they were? They were shoes. And if you guys know what penny loafers are, they were penny loafers with the now Timberland sole. And those were the first Timberlands that we would rock. Then when we got the boots, do you know what color they were? They were burgundy black. They were burgundy marble black and dark brown. The first Timberlands that we were rocking. Boo. Now you ask somebody that was down. You asked them. You asked the spades that was down. They're still here today and tell you about the Timberlands in 69, 68, 70, 71. Okay. Okay, so we going in. We saying about who brought this up, who did that. Nah, bruh. Sorry. Timberlands didn't just come out in 1977, 78, and 79, bruh. So don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad at me for saying this. Now you're mad at me for saying this. Now, this is the catch. I don't remember any of the 50-50 people with these Timberlands on. I don't remember it. I don't remember that. Okay? When we started rocking Timberlands, right? No, I'm not gonna give that secret. I'm not gonna give that. So you almost got me. You almost got me. All right. That's for another time. But it wasn't in 77 and 78. More like 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. Simple. Okay. Now, when I tell you guys about how these things came about, right? And the 50-50 guys say, okay, that they were there. When they say that they were there, and you ask them that question, the main question that you ask them is, what did they bring with their 50-50 contribution? Their answer should be, if they were 50-50, we brought this style of music. We brought this kind of snapping. We brought this kind of dress. We brought this kind of dancing. That's what the answers should be. That's what the answers should be. So why are you mad at me? Why are you mad at me? And I love this part. Why are you saying I was too young to have it? Can you pull out some AJ Lester champagne? This size, this bottle. Look at the stains and stuff on this. This is from AJ Lester. This is from AJ Lester. How long has AJ Lester been out of business? How long have they been moved from 125th Street? Can you go in your house and pull that out? 50-50? And you mad because I can? And I can bring it out, and I can tell you what it was, and I can tell you what's inside the quarterfield, and I can tell you what's inside the marshmallows and the ribs and the British Walkers and the Playboys, and you can't. So you're mad at me. You want to get me so bad. You're mad because I can say that, and when it comes to asking you the questions, you hear crickets, and you're mad. You're mad. You're absolutely mad. You're just mad. Like, oh, FaZe is a fraud. FaZe is this. Why? Why? Ask them. Ask them. Though the people that says I'm a fraud. Ask them why. Why is FaZe a fraud? Why is FaZe a liar? What did FaZe lie about? Ask them that. You'll see them in the comments. They come in the comments and they no, this didn't happen. And that one person that was in microphone check with me, ask him why and when he saw me back in 70 and 71 to know who I was and to know that I wasn't doing this. Name. Because that same person was not around Mario. This same person could not tell you what Mario apartment looked like. This same person could not tell you where the speakers was in Mario's house. This same person couldn't tell you what the living room looked like. Same person that said that he was on Mario's set, that they were with Mario. Tell me. Their family still, some of their family still around. They'll tell you, yeah, Booby knows exactly what he's talking about because he was there. Yeah. He'll tell you exactly what the bedroom looked like, where the speakers was, what amplifier was on the table, where was the TV with the Gerard turntable record player in it. I could tell you that. But the person that said I'm lying, I was too young, can't tell you that. Got on there talking about, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Mario was this, Mario's that. Look at the videos, especially the one video that we just put out a little while ago, but we put it out a long time ago. But it says Mike Watts, my bigger brother, one of the ones that was really there, said, because all you fake clowns, whatever, pioneers, whatever, say and say Mario didn't have his own set. And so how we proved that, yes, Mario, when the summer youth jobs came and Mario was giving out applications, that you had to give the first check to Mario. He got you the job. And that's how the set got big. But this fake person, when Mike Watts say that, he's standing there and go, yup, that's right. That's right. Why you didn't say that? You was just on the mic. Why you didn't say that when we asked you that? Why you didn't say that Mario was, and if you know that, which you don't, where did we go to get the check from in the first place? Where did Mario wait for you to get your first check and to cash it? And no, where was that? Where was that place, Mr. Oh, you know so much, and Mr. FaZe is a liar? I was there. I know exactly where it was at. And all the older people, like Mike Watts and Karate Pete and Sunshine, all could tell you where it was at. They could all tell you where that check, where Mario was standing for that first check. They got the big, the EVs, the Lemonaders. All right? So we just did the video for that. So now all those people that said that, oh, this guy already exposed FaZe, ask him that. Ask him, where did this happen at? Where did the checks go? How much was the first check? I was too little, so I don't know, right? But I know everybody's check was the same. It wasn't done by hours. So tell us, Mr. FaZe is such a liar. Oh, FaZe didn't do this, and you did this, and you're a Zulu king. I had to say it. I had to say it, Mr. Zulu King. And everybody, and all the little minions that say, "Oh, he told FaZe, he showed FaZe." Yeah, boy. Okay, so listen, I went over my time, but I'm having fun. See, and that's another thing. This is another thing that the 50-50 don't get. We were having fun. This is fun to me. This is fun. When we were snapping, we would, and this is when you say little. Yes, I was little. I was real little. I was. But I would snap on an older person and make them so mad that they would just want to kill me because I snapped on them so bad. And they want to kill me. You go ask the G's, Bronxdale, the old timers. Yeah, boy, there was two boobies, well, really three, but there was two boobies in the projects, right? In Bronxdale project, everybody could tell you this, right? There was a bad booby and a good booby. All right. I was the good booby. I was the good booby. All right. I was the good booby. All right. But like I said, Zulu King said I wasn't there. But yet and still, you have no account of 70. You have no account of 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. But you was there to see that I wasn't there. You was there to see that I wasn't there, and all of these dominions, they just like, oh, they just laugh because they feel like, oh, he said. Somebody just told me about the video the other day. They said, yo, why is this dude that wasn't even from our projects, it was from Gun Hill Road, telling you what we was doing? How's that work? And he was the person was asking me like, yo, that just doesn't make no sense. But you know, you know, you know what they say. And you know the other person that's mentioning all of these names. The funny thing is, and I'm going to say it, I didn't say it on all the other videos, but I'm going to say it. There was a video, and young Blackjack was talking about pitching pennies. And the other person was like, yeah, I know about the pitching pennies. Oh, you the first one to say this, all that, right? Now, this is the catch. I never saw that person bag one bag in Pathmark or take one bag to the car to have the quarters and the nickels and the dimes and the pennies. We didn't go upstairs, and that's why we were pitching right next to Pathmark, because we would work in Pathmark, get the pennies, and then come out to anything and pitch the pennies and the quarters and the nickels. And if that person knew what we was talking about, it was called pitching pennies. But what was me and Cleveland, what was me and Blackjack and all them doing? We was pitching quarters. We was pitching quarters and dimes. pennies and nickels was for those people. Okay, okay. I set it up. I set it up. I set it up. All right. Let me put on my patent leather shoes and slide up to the comments. All right. I'm going to slide over here to the comments. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Mr. TJ2X. Peace. What's good? First class citizen. Peace. What's good? Okay, Mr. T J2X says Phase exposed them lames. Show is, show is. Phase get these lames. Show is. And it's so funny. When I was little, I knew karate and I was boxing and all that. Blackjack, Willie, all of them used to tell me, sick 'em, sick 'em. Like, do you remember when you used to tell a German Shepherd to sick 'em? That's what they used to tell me, sick 'em, sick 'em. All right? So when you say get them lanes, yeah, I've heard that before. Okay. Let's see who else is here. Let's see who else is here. China Black, peace, China. Peace, China. See, China was there. She knows a lot. Y'all just don't. I don't know. And let me tell you something too. Y'all can say whatever y'all get want. But when it comes to talking about Princess, and if y'all was there and y'all know why I call Mina Princess. See, a lot of y'all don't know the facts. Y'all don't. And y'all just hear this, here. But y'all don't even know why I call Mina the princess. Okay? So if she ever calls me and tells me the stuff that I hear that other people said that they said or whatever, I'm not gonna be DJ Phase no more. I'm gonna go back to Booby. All right, and that's just a fact. Keep it real. She's a princess for a reason. All right. Black James, much respect from Pittsburgh. Whoa. Well, what's up, Black James 276? Peace. Black James, I don't know if I saw you in here before, but like first class citizen, yesterday I talked about the donation. First class citizen, bomb. Bomb. So I'm gonna say it again today. You guys got a lot of knowledge, a lot of straight up knowledge, stuff that you didn't hear and didn't know before. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, and donate. Simple. It's simple. And then every day, because that's the problem. That's one of the problems. These 50-50 guys and these fake pioneers, they run out of things to say because they weren't a part of the creation of it. I could go on for days. This hour's little time is nothing. Y'all could go next Friday and I could still be on here. So that's the difference. Y'all getting this knowledge, hit that donate button. Donate. Simple. I don't know why I gotta go through that. Like, why I gotta go through that? Y'all getting the real deal Holyfield. Y'all getting that Kool-Aid. So why you can't donate and say thank you? Say thank you. Thank you, FaZe. Yo, I didn't know this right now. Yo, here, keep this channel going. I want this knowledge. Keep this channel going. Keep it going. Because before, I said, yo, peace. I said it. Because nobody was helping to just like, and I gotta say this. We're finding out now why this thing with this person about Mario event. See, I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for his name, money. I don't do that. I put my own money. All of those people that know me and know when I do the event, I'm the one that goes to do everything. It's my equipment, my thousands of dollars worth of equipment that's out there, my generators, my transportation, me picking up the food, me getting the clothes, the school supplies. That's me. So where is the part where I'm supposed to be getting this money? No, it ain't about the money. So that's why the anger is, because I might have cut off your money flow, your name with the money. And that's what that is. And that's why you hate me so much. Keep it 100. That's why I never did nothing to you. So why you hate me? What I do to you for you to hate me? You can't say I stole the idea from you, because I did it when Mario was alive in the third section. Go to the third section. Go to the first section, the second section. They'll tell you. You wasn't even in the projects when we did that. You wasn't even there in Bronxdale. So how I could steal something from you? You wasn't in Bronxdale. So how can I steal something from you? But you hate my guts. You hate me. Yeah, because that's stopping your money, your hustle, your scam, your scheme. Get me started. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. First Class Citizen says, fake creators brings a lot of names to mind. Some who I thought were legit until they get exposed. Ah. And that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. They get exposed. And then when they get exposed, they're mad. Oh, phases are, because they got exposed. And notice, First Class Citizen, all your everything, your comments, I'm always going to bring it out. I'm always going to say, no matter what it is, I'm going to say it, First Class Citizen. All right? You get it. All right? At BS by Solo 8. I'm glad you're done talking about the word black, because you were off on whose negative definitions those were. Okay, now see, here we go. Here we go. All right. So maybe they didn't understand why I talked about black. All right. It doesn't have nothing to do with the definitions. It doesn't have nothing to do with the skin color. It has something to do with the status. All right. It's the status. So just think about it, people. Think about it. Think about it. All right. What is the status of black people? Is it not the status of black people are lower than the status of so-called white people? Is that not true? Am I lying? If I'm lying, somebody tell me I'm lying. Somebody in the comments tell me that I'm lying. Is it true that the highest status, the highest rank for the United States is the president, right? How many black presidents were there? And how many white presidents were there? So this person by Solo talking about the word black because you were off on whose negative definition those were. Tell me the definition of the status. Is the white status not higher than the black status? Yes or no? Don't dodge and say none of this. Don't say about say how I was wrong and I was off by saying that the black status is lower than the white status. You come up with that, put it in the comments, and I'll read it. Okay. China Black says it's crazy how they say that it was created in 73 or 75, but then will say the text was the first in 71, not mentioning Mario. Here we go. Here we go. But China Black, this is the real catch. Those people that bring up text, tell them to tell you when they heard Tex play, what was he playing? I guarantee you'll hear crickets. I guarantee you. I know what Tex was playing. The real creators know what Tex was playing. But you ask those people, what was Tex playing? What songs was he playing? You'll hear crickets. Same way. Okay, China Black says she had the blue ones. I don't know which blue ones you're talking about, but okay. China Black, oh no, First Class Citizen says China Black, China Black. That's how I found out a lot of those stories were straight trash when they kept moving the goalposts. Ah, true indeed. Now, does that make sense? You see now? Do you see why it makes sense? And do you see why these people that are having these both so-called documents and documentation have nothing to do with the creation of hip hop? Does those documents say that you started the music with the breaks and you did this, or you got on the microphone and you said this, or you was dressing this way, or you was dancing this way? Do these documents that are so precious, documents show proof, show documents, does that have anything to do with the creation of hip hop? Let me know. I don't know. I don't know. Where's the connection? China Black, the absolutely nail in the coffin to their stories when they lied and said Disco King Mario was Puerto Rican. There was no comeback after telling such a willful lie. Do you remember that? Do you guys really remember that? Do you remember when the girl came out and said, "Oh, I got receipts. I got the paperwork that says that Mario was Boricua." And she gave Clemente, and she all of this, and then she was bold in saying it. She was saying it with conviction. She was saying it. So we went and got Mario family because we this is us, all right? We know the family, we know, right? And so the family comes and says, "What? Mario don't got no Puerto Rican in him at all. Where did you get that at?" And then so we asked them, "Okay, can we see these papers that you're talking about? Well, can we see these receipts?" And just like I was just talking about, the receipts, these documents, Where are these documents that said that he was Puerto Rican? Well, you said you got the receipts. But like you said, see how the goalpost moves? The goalpost move like this. The goalpost moves. All right. And so now, think about it. So now we expose that, right? We expose that. So who's the bad guy? Who's the bad guy now? That's right. DJ Faze is the bad guy because he told the truth and he exposed it. Mina, Princess, what's good? Peace to the chat. Nina was there. Nina knows. It's Mina's father. Okay. All right. You can't go farther than that. It's so father. Oh my God. Mina says about the test plug because she knows. And that's the difference. These 50-50 people could not tell you about a test plug, but they was right there. If they was right there, wouldn't they know about the test plug? Wouldn't they be able to tell you what the name of the karate move that made the breakdancing what it is? Couldn't they tell you that? Couldn't they tell you the name of the karate move that made this whole breakdancing? They 50-50. They was right there. Wait a minute, hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't understand what 50-50 means. But if you have 100, right? Half of the 100 is 50. Correct? Am I wrong? So put in the chat if I'm wrong. Because I thought I was right. So if I bring 50 to the table and you bring 50 to the table, you're supposed to say what you brought to makes it 50. Am I lying? Am I saying something wrong? Is that not the is that's what's not happening right now? Is that's what it is? Because remember, the Columbus dude, Dr. Columbus said that they were right there. They said that they were right there in the creation. So they should be able, with really quick, be able to say, we brought this. This is our 50. Because that's the saying, 50-50. So maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I got to clean out my ears because I still have not heard what their 50 is. Okay, let's go. Okay. That will fill the okay. Now she's going back to the Skelsy tops. China. Oh, what you know about that? I'll still tell you. I'll still rock you with mine glide. There's another trick that goes with that, but I'm not revealing that. In case Skelsy comes back out, I'm still gonna tear y'all up. I'm still, all right. Okay. JD Video Shield at Cool DJ Phase. What are you doing is child abuse at this point. You're scrambling their brains. These receipts. Respect you. Yo, JD. Yo, I love you, JD. Let me turn off. Let me turn off my notification, my location. Because I was just sending the child abuse people after me. Yo, that's a good one. Yo, JD hit me with that one. That was, yo, that, see, now I'm going to tell you, you see that kind of wordplay and you see that kind of thinking, that's what we are. That's what we are. As soon as he said that, I started laughing. It's because I got it. I understood and I got it. That's what it is. So now the 50-50 people, when we do that to them, if they get mad, it's because they don't got nothing to come back. You get it now? You get it? There's no coming back from patent leather shoes. But they should be able to come back. So they get mad. What they do, they get mad. Look at the comments. Look, and when you look and you see those comments from them, look and see. That's why they're mad. Because number one, they know they wasn't there. They know they didn't like us. They didn't like us. So to be 50-50, they know they didn't bring nothing 50-50. They didn't even bring 90-10. They didn't bring 95-5. They didn't bring 99-1. They didn't. Not one. So that's why they're mad. Phase, Mr. T, J2X. Phase, I'm curious, are there any Puerto Rican pioneers? Okay, let's keep it real. All right. Pioneers go back before creation of hip hop. They're pioneers, uh, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Isaac Hayes, James Brown. Those are pioneers. So as far as hip hop is concerned, the pioneers, I would consider pioneers part of well, see, I can't even it's hard to say what type of pioneers are you speaking of, Mr. T, because pioneers could also not be creators. They could be there in the early times, but they're not creators. You know, there are a lot of people that once it was created, contributed. They did what we created, so they could be considered pioneers. You know, but you know, well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Then I can say this. If you're talking 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, no, no, no Puerto Rican pioneers of hip hop. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. Y'all could get mad at me all you want to. I don't care. But no, there weren't for those years. Now, 77, 78, 79, 80, and all of that, the join of and see, this is another reason why I get in trouble and why they don't like me, because I said it before 10 years ago. If you consider breakdancing a part of hip hop, when other people other than us came in 77 and 78, that wasn't breakdancing. That messed up the whole breakdancing scene. It did. It messed up the whole breakdancing scene. And now, you know what? I know they gonna really get mad at me for this, but the next time you're around a 50-50 person, right? And there's some music on, right? If you see them snapping their fingers or clapping and clapping, a lot of times they start with, right? When the beat goes doom doom boom 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 da doom doom. They start with, and that's just real. That rhythm is not coded like we have. And so that tells you a lot. That tells you why acrobats and these flips and stuff, spinning on your head and stuff, came into existence, because you're not spinning to the beat. You just go and watch the step that they do before they go to the floor. That's not to the beat. That's not boom 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 da boom 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 da boom 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 boom. That ain't that. No, it's just, and go to the floor and spin and do that. And what's the one that says that they created the spinning on the back or whatever? That's not to the beat. That's not to the break. It's not. Listen to the break. Listen to the music. Listen to the drums, the drum break, and watch them and watch their timing and watch their feet and watch their head gestures and their shoulders and their hands. Watch it. If you think I'm lying, go watch. That's why people started seeing when they did the Olympics and that the girl did it, right? Everybody was laughing, but that's what she learned from them. That's what she learned from them. Okay? She didn't learn that from us. And they mad at me. They are so mad at me because I'm saying this right now. They're so mad. I can imagine what the comments is going to be. Oh, FaZe, oh no, FaZe is a liar. Oh, FaZe was too young. Oh, FaZe, all of that stuff. The best one that gets me is DJ Fraud, right? They say I'm DJ Fraud, right? Why? 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 Okay. Oh, they know this. To say that Tex is the one who taught Mario and put Mario down is a real insult. And oh my God, thank you for saying that. Because this is the part that I want to know. Those people that say that Tex taught Mario, what was he doing before he met Tex? What was he doing before he came to the Bronx? What was he doing? He wasn't DJing. He wasn't playing music before he met Tex. So how did Tex teach him? Tell me that. Let's make this make sense. Let's make this make sense. How did Tex teach Mario when Mario was doing it before he came to the Bronx to meet Tex? So, but see, you see, this is why 50-50 are so angry. Because when you put it together like that and you see and it makes sense to you, that's when they get their angriest. Because now that can't fly. They can't say that anymore, even though they probably will for all those people that didn't hear. But they can't say did Tex taught Mario when Mario was doing it before he even met Tex. Just like the famous flyer, the flyer from 73 or 74, when the people on the flyer says, hold up, we didn't even know him then. So how are they on the flyer? And this one flyer, out of all the people that were supposed to be there, only one flyer got saved. Only one. One flyer out of these millions of people that went there. Millions of historians. Millions of people. But only saved one flyer. Oh, they're gonna get mad about that one. They're gonna get, because remember, this is the flyer that started hip hop. Oh, this flyer started hip hop. This is the flyer. But there's only one. There's only one. Millions of people were at this jam. Millions of people could tell you the people on the flyer. Millions. Millions of people have this anniversary from this date. Millions. But only one flyer. They mad. They so mad. Oh, they mad at me. Poor face. Poor face. Okay, first class citizen. How does someone who is an immigrant import a culture that isn't even in his original homeland? Well, let's tell you. Let's tell you. All right. So, because this is what the Columbus guy does. He says the cowbell, the cucarachas, I mean not cucarachas, the maracas. Yeah, I got me on the cucarachas thing now. Okay. But the maraca, those things were created. And so they brought that, right? Because they were created. When that's not even true. That's not even true. It's not. So a person, oh my God, listen, 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 listen. There's a record, right? There's a record that it is, uh, how can I say, it was a comedy record. All right, all the beat masters know what I'm talking about. It was a comedy record, and we would never, ever, ever play the whole record because number one, we couldn't. Okay, there was this record was oh my God. Okay, and back in those days, records, like Wild Man Steve and oh man, Mom's Mabley, all of those Red Fox, all of those records were triple X. Okay, triple X, especially back in those days. So this one particular record had a break on it. It had a break, just like Pink Meat Markham, which people don't know the other break, but okay. So if you think about it, just because that record was one of the records that was played, it wasn't that record that created hip hop. It wasn't. It was a bunch of records that did it. So we could not say that this one record created hip hop. Simple. Oh my God. Bruce Smith says Timbali. And he has a laugh there. Phase, you showed the TTB anniversary pic of you there as the DJ. Yes, Princess. Do you remember that? Oh my God. See, Princess, no. And remember, Princess, what he said, right? He said that if I show that picture of the TTB anniversary, me DJing, that he would never say nothing again. And if I couldn't show this picture, I would never say nothing again. I showed the picture, and the same day he came out with something. Dr. Columbus. Now, research that. Research if that's what happened. But Dr. Columbus, he said this gigantic lie. He didn't know he wasn't at the anniversary. And then, oh, let's not even talk about it. The minions, his minions, was saying, "Oh, he's a lie. Oh, Face is a lie. He wasn't there. Or this and I don't remember him and whatever." Remember the other guy that said, "Oh no, he didn't remember me. I wasn't there. I couldn't have been there. He knows all the people was there. He did this and he did that." This is what the minions said. Oh, he's the president of the TBB and he's the whatever. And so I showed a picture. And then here comes all the excuses. Oh, well, that might have been sometime or whatever. Because that's what they do. That's what 50-50 does. Instead of saying, yo, Phase, yo, damn, my bad, my bad. Will you allow me to renege on this one because I didn't know? and you get, instead of him saying that, nah. So who's the real person? Who's real and who's fake? Who's the fraud and who's real? Okay. I tired of Spanish people lying on our culture. You and me both. Okay. Oh, they was putting up the thumbs up because oh my god, I don't even remember what thumbs up was for. Nobody seems to wonder why fashion was not named as an element. Oh my god. Oh, they brought the Latin beat down. I mean breakdown. Oh God. Oh my God. Yo, Bruce, you something else, man. Okay, yo, listen, first class citizen says La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha. I remember that joke song, laugh. Right. So what was that? What was 50-50 snap? Okay. Okay, man. There's so many comments, man, and I'm way over time, so I cannot read all of these comments. Y'all went in, y'all did, and I love that, And like when I see these comments, and I realize, what's happening here. Come on, fellas, come on, ladies and kings and queens, for real, man. Let me finish this and go to my Cash App and see that you guys really appreciate me. Really show me that you guys are really listening to me and observing what I'm saying, and have a right to take what is rightful ours back. You see what I'm saying? These videos are your proof to take our stuff back. So now you have the proof. You have the proof. You've seen the champagne cologne from AJ Lester. Okay? So that's your proof. So isn't that proof? Isn't that getting our stuff back? Isn't that worth a donation? Isn't it? Isn't it worth the donation? Someone just told me that I could do something where I get a monthly thing. I forget what he says about it, but he hit me in my inbox and he told me. But yes, I want to do that. Yes, but if I can't even get a donation from my people, my people that are listening to me, then that's something is wrong. Why would you want to get something for nothing? You guys are better than that. Look at you guys. Look at all the ones that are in here. Look at all the ones that are in here. And they're listening. And they've been with me for an hour, 46 minutes. They've been with me. So do that donation, please. Like, come on. Like, come on. Make it make sense. All right? Because you sure enough can go back and say, yo, FaZe is right. You could do that. Okay, wait a minute. This one says, Cool DJ FaZe, what did you think about the documentary Microphone Check? Okay, since you asked, I'm going to tell you. All right, so nah, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you because it's it's gone, but I could just say that my people my people were very upset that I did that documentary. They were upset at me. And my people that's here know that yes, they were like they told me, and they said what was going to happen. And so it wasn't a good look. It wasn't. It wasn't. And just like back in the early days, there was a lot of exploitation going on, and so we don't expect our people to exploit us. That's number one. So microphone check, I mean, a lot of those things, a lot of those people that were there was because I called them to be there. Okay. All right. There's a lot of things, if you look at my earlier videos, there are a lot of people that nobody knew about, including Mario, until I brought him up and said it. And a lot of people didn't know about Pink Meek Markham. A lot of people did not know until they watched my videos and they got that information, and then it spread like wildfire for all the people that said they knew. Okay, so that's another thing that is hard for me to even it does. I don't even mind about not getting the credit. I really don't. I don't. But what happens is you look at those type of people and you wonder why are people that deserve the credit, they deserve to be known, deserve that, and they're pushed on the side while these fake people are pushed up front. Why? And that's what I gotta say about it. The reason why I'm going in on the 50-50 people and the other people is because why do you feel like you could just come and take someone's culture, someone's hard work and everything, and just claim it and say it was yours, say you was there, but you can't even say what your contribution is, and you can't go no back further than 78, 77. So why should we allow you to do that? We ain't suckers from a long part. I've been getting down. I've been doing this since a baby. So you think I'm just gonna let you come and take something from me? Nah. And you see how I am? How about all the rest of the little phases or whatever? And big, we're like, come on. So that's why I go in. Yeah, y'all could be gangster keyboard on the keyboards, whatever. Yeah, but I'm kicking the real. I'm kicking the real. This is the truth. Lies don't beat the truth. Simple. So y'all could get mad all you want. Don't matter. I'm just going to speak the truth. All right? Yo, it's time for me to go, man. Listen, I guess there has to be a part three. I guess there has to be a part three. So once again, I'm going to go. Oh, thank you, China. Thank you, China. Thank you, China. China Black. Read China Black's comment. Cool D told me personally that FaZe DJ'd when he was little. Way before he was DJ FaZe, they put out a crate for FaZe to DJ on their equipment. Boom! I Cool D told. Thank you, China. Thank you, China Black. Thank you. Now, for all of those, Charlie Rocks, Dr. Columbus, all of those minions, all right? The proof is right there. There's the proof right there. Why would Cool D lie and tell China Black that? Why would China Black lie and say that Cool D told her that? Cooking. Cooking. All right? So I'm so glad it's right there. It's right there. Okay? So all of those Charlie Rocks that said I was too young, right there. They put a crate for me to stand on so I could put my records on the turntable. It's right there. But now watch. Now we all heard this, all the ones that's in this chat right now, and all the ones that's going to hear it later on, right? They're going to hear it later on, right? There's gonna be a way to say that that didn't happen. They're gonna say that that didn't happen. That they were there and they saw. I ain't gonna say the name of me, right? And they knew that I didn't do that. They're gonna say swear up and down. But when that was happening, when I looked out, when I looked out and I looked around, me and D and Tyrone and Sinbad and Spanky and Mario, when I seen that, I didn't see them. I didn't see them. Thank you, China Black. Thank you. I gotta screenshot that. I'ma frame that. I'ma frame that. So y'all, oh wow. Love, thank you, DJ Faze. That's Princess, of course. A crate for Faze to stand on. Right. Oh my God. Hey, Patrick. Patrick was here. He said, forgive him for being late. Oh man, he's a truck driver. Okay. Hey, Patrick, listen, man. If go back and look at it, because we dropped some jewels. We dropped some jewels, all right? And so also, like I said, I definitely said for today that when I go back and I look at the Cash App, if I look at the Cash App and there's nothing, I'm not coming back tomorrow. Keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I go to that Cash App and I see that there is nothing in there, nah. And I got so much more to tell you. I got so much more to say. And look, this was just the start of it. You missed this, Patrick. You missed this. This AJ Lester champagne. Look, show your bottle again because you missed it. All right. See how big this bottle is? You see it? Royal Daybay champagne. All right. All right. That's 100% for official. Look, just open it. Just open. Still got the plastic on it. Look at the bottom. You can see where it's worn. It's been for over 30 years, over 40 years. Okay? So that's real. All right? Peace to the queens. Yes, and princess. All right? My thing is, Tex is still alive. Why don't he speak up? He playing the game also. Black Unity, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because just like Herc, I'll say it, just like Herc has went into these history books and he has all of these people thinking one thing, right? He has all of these people thinking one thing. And now to come to find out that that's not what it was, how can he say something? How can he say something? Like, how can he say something? That credibility is gone. So if you guys notice, you've noticed, I said it years and years ago about Herc and that first party and that fake flyer. Nobody has ever been able to challenge me and say that what I'm saying is wrong. Nobody. Charlie Rock, Dr. Columbus, his minions, all those other pioneers, so-called pioneers, they can't. There's nothing they can say. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Listen, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. And hopefully, because tomorrow, like I said, what I wanted to tell you guys tomorrow and what I wanted to show you guys tomorrow is amazing. And it's gonna shut down all of this, what they brought, the 50-50, is gonna shut that down. It's going to shut down the myth of the Jamaican sound system. It's going to shut that down. It's going to shut down the myth of the culture that brought this. It's going to shut that down. And that's what I got in store for tomorrow. All right? So let's do that. Let's make me be able to come back tomorrow and give it to you guys. Like I said, I love you guys. I'm gonna, as soon as I get off, I'm gonna go through these comments again. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the comments. So tomorrow, if I come back, I'm gonna definitely, we're gonna talk about the comments and we're gonna do the damn thing. All right. So remember, we not suckers and they ain't taking shit from us. Okay. Tom Faye said that. All right. That's one. Love you guys. Everybody. Peace. Love you. Love you.